So, you guys got a car that's been sitting for quite some time now, and you're looking to finally get rid of it. And more than likely, you're going to call a junkyard or a We Buy Any used car, and they'll give you prices from $250 to $350 being the max. But what if I was to tell you guys you can make double or triple that just by parting out the vehicle? Yes, that's right, I said parting it out. So let's say you do sell it to those scrap yards. What exactly do they do with those cars? Well, when they buy it for as cheap as possible, they're going to take it back to their facility. And once they take it back to their facility, all they're doing is stripping it down for every usable component on that vehicle and listing them up on eBay or parting them out entirely on Facebook Marketplace. So that leaves that car that they bought for 250 bucks, they're making about $1,000 if not more on that car. And you can do the exact same thing, but the issue is you have to have the time, the motivation, and effort to do it. So let's say we have an example, a 2001 Lexus IS300, and the drain plug came loose on the transmission and all the fluid dumped out, and now you have a blown up transmission. What we're going to do is post it up on Facebook Marketplace and part it out. And before the transmission took a dump, everything worked perfectly fine. The engine was doing just fine, and all your electronics and interior pieces were very mint condition. And that is going to play a key part in parting out these cars. You see, if your stuff's in mint condition, especially your electronics or interior, over time, many manufacturers aren't making parts after 10 years. So this one being a 2001, well, manufacturers aren't making any more parts whatsoever. Even aftermarkets are starting to stop as well. And well, OEM parts are usually the most valuable parts. And with others still probably more than likely being on the road, they're being used quite a bit. So your interior, like your seats, the driver's side is usually the most common to rip. So say your driver's seat is not ripped whatsoever and is in flawless condition. There's going to be somebody out there that's going to need that driver's seat because theirs is ripped up because they're still using it. So they're going to want your driver's seat because yours is in really nice condition and doesn't have any rips or tears, which is going to give you the ability to sell that seat and get the most amount of money for it. And same goes for your electronics as well. As they're using it on everyday use, they're going to deteriorate, they're going to break, they're going to start getting faults in them, and then slowly but surely, many people can't get those parts anymore, but you have those parts and somebody out there is going to want those parts. Now, the smaller parts are very easy to get rid of. You can sell those on eBay or Amazon or any small online website. Now, when I post up on eBay, usually for my parts, I typically go to the lowest price and see what exactly they're pricing it, and I usually go about $5 less than what they have. That way, my listing is top of the list when it comes to the lowest price, which gives me more of an opportunity to sell my part the soonest, if not the quickest. But your bigger parts are going to be the most hardest thing to get rid of. You see, your bigger parts you're going to have to sell on LSN, OfferUp, Craigslist, or even Facebook Marketplace. You could sell them on eBay, but the issue is your fees and everything and shipping it are going to be very expensive, and it's not going to be worth it at all. And you're not going to really make much profit off it either. So you post it up on Facebook Marketplace, you're going to more likely sell all your body panels on there, your engine or transmission or even wheels, which are going to be the most amount of money you can get off of this vehicle. Junkyard prices, they usually price engines anywhere from $250 upwards to $500, at least here locally. And even wheels are about $25 to $50 a pop. But if you have some really cool aftermarket ones or even OEM ones that are really nice looking and mint condition, they can go for a pretty penny as well. And even body panels can go for a good amount as well because, well, some people don't feel like paying the paint shop to go grab it, so they'll go grab an OEM color. And if yours isn't really all that beat up or scratched up, they're going to pay top dollar for that. Now, there is some issues when it comes to parting out cars. You see, you're going to need the time, you're going to need the effort and the energy, you're going to need the space to part out those cars. I started parting out cars myself here recently within the last month or two and trying to make it a business on myself, if not a second source of income. And see, I give myself a timeline. I usually let the cars sit here for anywhere about 2 months, no max. And with that 2 months, after they're all parted out and everything's pretty much stripped and gone from them, I usually send them straight afterwards to the junkyard itself and usually get scrap metal value about 100 to 200 bucks, which is kind of silly because that's exactly what they would have offered me for it whole. And yeah, I know selling to the junkyard is very easy, very simple, it's very hassle-free. They give you cash in hand. But here's the thing, as they're giving you cash in hand, you're pretty much putting that cash back into their wallet when you sell that car. If you're willing to invest some time and effort into parting out your car, I promise you guys this, you will see the most amount of profit when it comes to parting out cars. There is a demand for parts right now, and with people not buying so many new cars and buying a lot of older cars, those parts are more and more valuable as the days go on, because again, they're not making those parts anymore. Now, when it does come to parting out your car, you do got to take into consideration the overall value of your car, the condition, and whether it's worth actually parting it out. Because if it is in rough condition, a lot of the parts aren't working, it's not worth parting it out. and it would be better to sell it to the junkyard. Because you see, again, a lot of people are going to be interested in the overall value, function, and condition of those parts. So if your car is in rough shape, I would highly recommend selling it to the junkyard, because it's going to save you the most amount of time and effort. And again, more than likely, that's going to be your best bet, because you're not going to make many profit off of selling any of those parts, because a lot of them don't work or are in a really rough shape. But if your car worked just fine beforehand, before say your transmission went bad on it, but all the electronics worked on it, the engine was still good, your best bet is parting out that car for the most amount of profit. But this is all truly based off of just my opinion and what I truly recommend. Again, it is entirely up to you whether you sell it to the junkyard or not. I'm just saying though, if you want to see the most amount of money and the most amount of profit, parting it out is going to be the way to go. I've been doing it for at least 2 to 3 months now, and can safely say I've seen upwards of about $1,000 per car. I mean, heck, even this Jeep behind me has made me $1,000 in the last month. It's kind of crazy and kind of insane. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please let me know. I would be more than gladly to help you guys down in the comments. But with that, I will see you guys in the next video.